we'll never remember.
Thank you.
Aloha, everyone. Welcome to Center for Spiritual Living Kauai. I have to read this because I have a message from one of our Canadian friends. He says, I will ask Goddess Pele to keep that Darby away from Kauai. Have no fear. Oh my God. Anyway, so we don't have fear. We are faithful people of faith and love. So welcome again to Center for Spiritual Living Kauai. I'm glad you landed here today. And we'd like to start our time together with our announcements. We like to do them at the beginning of service. And we have an amazing lady. Her name is Michelle LeMay, and she's on our board of trustees. She's also a practitioner student, and she will give us our announcements today. Aloha.
Good morning. I know we changed seats. I didn't know where we were either. Good morning, everyone. I was kind of good morning, everyone. There we go. I know you're all out there. Well, we have some wonderful things happening this week, and the first is actually today, right after service. We're going to be having a luncheon talk. Terry Taylor's up here in front with Marilyn, visiting from, Global Truth Center in Southern California, and he's going to be talking to us about prosperity and abundance and success. So we've had many people sign up for that already. However, if you did not and you would like to stay, please see Patrick after service, because we are going to be making sure there's enough lunch for everybody. So it's a light lunch also with the talk, and we will still have our social time that we usually do. So even those of you who are not staying, please stay for our gathering after with our little snacks. But after that, if you are not staying, we will be ushering you out so that we can start the registration process. We're going to do it in a nice way with smiles, but we'll be having you go so that we can register and then start our talk promptly. So that's going to be just after service. Also, when you first came in your program, you received these slips of paper. If you would be so kind to take them out and fill them out, you can put them in the basket as the basket goes around at collection, or after we have our information table, you can leave them there or in the yes box. But it's just really for us as the board and also the reverends to get a pulse on why you all come, because it's different for everybody. So we want to know more of what we as a community are wanting more of. So top three reasons why you all come and attend CSL. And then, of course, your program has all the activities I'll be talking about. And then Reverend Rita has also created this fabulous document that has all the activities on one sheet. Yay! It doesn't seem like a big deal, but for Rita it is, because doing all those separate flyers and all those different things makes a difference. So what we're going to be also having coming up this week on Wednesday is a spiritual circle with Anna Myers in Princeville. She meets at her house every last Wednesday at 3. And this is to talk about the Science of Mind magazine. They pick an article out of it, and it's just like a discussion circle, just another way for us to talk and learn and enjoy about. Oh, that'd be a good idea. Yeah, if people are wanting to carpool up to Princeville, that's something that Thomas just brought up. We can definitely work that out and let Anna know, and she'll give you directions to her house as well if you are confirming to go. But it's a great way, again, just to have more of a community sense and to implement and learn more about this philosophy right in your daily life. And then Friday night, right here at the center at 7 o'clock, we're bringing back the spiritual cinema, which is something that we've had a lot of success for in the past. So now we're going to be bringing it back. We have a nice big TV, and we're going to be playing a spiritual movie that's called Jana's Body, Please Wait. And what it is, please hold. Please wait. It was waiting too. Please hold. Same, same. Yeah, no, it is different, actually. Jana's body, please hold. And it is a comedy, so that's great that we're laughing. And it started off as a one-woman show that got turned into a movie. And it is her life story of living through cancer, the darkness of cancer, her spiritual process, and then coming out into the light of health. And it is by love donation, but all the donations will go towards the foundation that made the movie possible. So it's definitely supporting something really great. And again, we'll have discussion after the movie with the reverends, and just another way to have community and to learn something new. So come for that. That's Friday night at 7 o'clock. We do have a teen group that's going to be starting in September, so please help spread the word. The reverends have a banner up by the ballpark to help spread the word on that too. It's something that we're definitely wanting to bring in and to really help support the teens that are here in the community, in and outside of CSL. So it doesn't matter if they're coming to service or not. It's really just to help support teens. So please pass the word on that. And then just highlighting a couple things happening in September, we're going to be having another practitioner that's going to be visiting, Richard Houston, and he's going to be doing a 2-part workshop on Wednesdays in August. And then Flying Solo 2 is going to be starting up again. So there are already sign-ups for that. There's a limited amount of space. So Flying Solo is so that you all can write your own one-person play. So many of you came and watched and supported those of us who were in the first Flying Solo, and many got inspired by that. Hold on to that inspiration, sign up, and come do it for yourself, because it was definitely life-changing. And I know that some from the first are going to be doing it again, so that says something too. All right. Well, I believe that's all. Thank you so much, you guys, for your kind attention, and enjoy your service.
Thank you, Michelle. Thank you. We just keep it going here, keeping you inspired and keeping you in spirit and learning and growing. So come out to our events. They're great. Okay, so the next on our program here is to center us and put us into our time of meditation. I'm going to invite up Reverend Diane Decker.
Good morning, Kauai. How are you today? Welcome. I invite you to take a breath. And as we all just take a breath together, settling into the one power, the one presence, and the one love that is right here with us. Allowing us to simply luxuriate in this moment together. A quote from Marianne Williamson for you to consider during our time of silence. All the abundance of the universe belongs to you because it is you. All the abundance of the universe belongs to you because it is you. Enjoy your time. universe belongs to you because it is you. In this very moment, I remember the truth that right where I am, the love of God is, the abundance of God is, the power of God is. All that God is moving in and through all creation. And so I know that I am centered in it. And I know that each one of us is centered in it. And so I embrace divine abundance. I embrace beauty and joy and love. I embrace wisdom and clarity, order and balance in all things. Knowing that this is in and through all of our lives, I accept it more fully than perhaps it has shown up before, and know that it is unfolding in this moment. I give thanks for this perfect service that is here to serve each one of us today, and know that the power, the presence, and the love of God is moving in and through everyone connected with this service. Everyone in service, everyone receiving, and everyone in the world who is viewing this service. And so I know that it is already a divine accomplished fact in the mind of God, and I allow it to unfold perfectly. And so knowing that the universe only says yes, I allow it to do so. I call it forth into perfect manifestation right here and right now. And together we say, and so it is. Yes.
Thank you so much, Carrie. If you'll notice, if you come here on a regular basis, you'll notice there is something missing from this right-hand side of the... There's usually, I have to say it, Carrie, it's my joke for the day, even though she beat me. There's usually 2 foxes over here. This is... But now there's only 1 fox, and that is Carrie Fox. So...
She is very powerful in her own right.
That's
right. Like a
right.
one-woman orchestra over there.
And we say
Pretty
hello
voice.
to Michael Fox, who's at
Yes.
GTC
We
this
miss you,
morning.
Michael.
Yes. So thank you so much, Carrie, for that beautiful,
And
beautiful.
Reverend Diane,
for
thank
that
you so much. It was
wonderful
just
quote.
perfect. And if you ever want a little bit more of Reverend Diane, she does facilitate 2 programs here. One of them is Powerful or Powerless on the first Saturday of every month, and Feel Good Fridays on the first and third Fridays of the month here at CSL Kauai, which is where you are right now, where we practice the science of mind and spirit that I get all excited about. I just am so grateful for this teaching in my life and how it's lifted me up through the time that I started in 1998 and worked through my first Center for Spiritual Living Doors. So we practice the divinity of mankind. The divine, as Reverend Diane said in her invocation, is everywhere present in and through everything, in all its greatness, in all its beauty, in all its light, in all its love. There's not a spot where God is not. That would include us. And that's what we come to remember every Sunday, and to take that into our lives so we can live our lives from that highest place. Because as we're thinking, and as we're thinking, we're impressing this amazing thing called the law of cause and effect, which is the law of our being that just says yes to us. It just says yes. So when we think from that highest place, the results have to be wonderfully yes. Yay.
That's right.
Yeah.
And the only thing you have to know is, can you handle that? Can you handle that? That someone's saying yes to you. Every moment, every breath that you take is saying yes. How comforting, right? Wow. So, who is here for the very first time? I know who you are, so there we go. I see. There's no door prize today, William, so he's going. But we have found out some information about you that we would like to share. Seal Beach, CSL Seal Beach. We have found out some things about you, and we'd like to share it with you. Are you ready? Take a nice deep breath. Let them know. You are magnificent.
Oh,
What
I love
a
that. Look at those
relief.
smiles.
What a relief. He's back there going like this. Ooh, my secret goes on. So yes, you are magnificent, but thank you.
Oh, that's good too.
Thank you. Now now this is the way you talk out. When you say, I'm amazing. She's amazing. And we are matching today, just FYI. Aren't we? So, also, we know that about you because why? We know that about ourselves. Shall we all say it together? I am magnificent. Now look to your left, to your right. Let somebody know that they're magnificent. You're magnificent. Jack's magnificent. I know you are magnificent.
This side of the room is extra magnificent.
Michael Fox is being waved at by his lovely wife right here.
Pretty dress.
All right.
Oh.
Hi, Alva.
Let's turn to everybody online.
Okay, now let's turn.
And the light. Oh.
All right, as my mentor said, back to me. So let's go into that little live streaming camera and let everybody know that's watching out there that they are magnificent. You are magnificent. Yes.
Our peace candle.
And our peace candle. We're going to light our peace candle as we do every week, or at least we attempt it unless we forget it. And no, I will not be lighting the bowl, singing bowl today.
So we know what? That peace begins where? Thus. So let's remember that all through today's service.
Yes.
Yay.
And I think we could add something to that piece. We also add incredible amount of love. Our world is so in need of love, but not in reality because it already is love. So one other thing I would just like to point out, and that is, you see this lovely little jar here? This started last week, and what that is our building fund. And we, as you well know, Rita and I have always said we start where we are, and Marilyn and Terry, I'm sure you know that about as well. We start right where we are. So we're not waiting for the big $1 million check to come in unless somebody in the room is ready to write that. If you do, just put it right there in that wonderful little jar. So it's a beautiful way to start, and it's a way for us to watch it build, opposed to just looking at our vision there. It's just something that's physical. We're physical beings.
We have to take action. It's called taking action. All right.
You ready?
We're going to sing our opening song.
We are.
Yay.
So if you want to stand.
Oh my God, she's got a whole band behind her.
The band appeared.
Michael, look at that.
Wow. Michael Fox, you leave and look what happens. That's all I got to say. The boys are in town. Everybody, let's stand up and enjoy this. Yeah.
All right, everyone, let's have some fun.
Woo!
'Cause we are family. I got all my ohana with me. We are family. Get up, everybody, and sing. We are family. I got all my ohana with me. We are family. Get up, everybody, and sing. Everyone can see we're together as we walk on by. Hey, and we fly just like the birds of a feather. I won't tell no lie. All of the people around us, they say, can they be that close? Just let me state for the record, we're giving love in a family knows.
We are
family. I got all my ohana with me. Come on, we got this. We are family. Get up, everybody, and sing. 'Cause we are family. I got all my ohana with me. We are family. Get up, everybody, and sing.
So here we are. We are family, one family. in one love, in one light, in one energy, in one source. That's who we are. We are together. We are powerful. And I know that this service brings even more of that power and that beauty and that light within us to the top, out into the world. So I just bless this time together, and I just let it go as we say together. And so it
we are
is.
family. I got all my ohana with me. Go ahead and clap those hands. We are family. And get up, everybody, and sing. We are family. I got all my ohana with me. We are family. Get up, everybody, and sing. One more time. We are family. I got all my ohana with me. We are family. Get up, everybody, and sing. We are family.
Everybody.
Get up, everybody, and sing.
Thank you, everyone. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, did you see my 70s stuff happening there? Anyway, oh my God, that was supposed to be a passing thought, and it came out in actual form. It's really interesting.
Okay. So today we have a special treat. We have, as we said, Terry Taylor here, who is a practitioner from the Global Truth Center. And he's more than that. He's a man of the science who definitely lives it and breathes it and demonstrates it and walks his talk. So I just want to invite him up here to inspire us today and to do a prayer with us also. So here's Terry Taylor.
Good morning and God morning to you. They asked me to speak today, and there's been so much that's happened since I was last here in January. Think about the last 6 months in the world. Just amazing. And it brought to mind this consciousness of this congregation. You know, Patrick and Rita talk a lot about consciousness. And your consciousness, everyone in this room, brought together Patrick and Rita to you. And they brought you to them. Think about what's happened here in this church in the last 6 months. There's been some transitions of wonderful beings on the planet. And all I heard about was how you folks handled it. What you did for the families, the love that you spread, the consciousness that you had, how Rita and Patrick allowed their spirit to join with the people who made their transition and their families. And that to me is so, so amazing. I was in class with them 2 years before they came over here. So I led a little bit of history with them. I remember when that was made, that famous poster, that vision that Rita had, that people said, you got to be out of your mind. That'll never happen. In Kauai, come on, that's just a little teeny island. There's only a few people there. How could you possibly create a church or center? It's not even close to possible. Done already, exactly. It's so, and so it is. Patrick came over here all by himself and chose to break his leg. Or arm, excuse me, his arm, to get in touch with the island at a much deeper level. And Rita was sitting there working at NoHo and just missing him so much. And when the two of them came together, this place just exploded. You created that wonderful place across the street at the hotel for about a year and a half, 2 years. And then you manifested this building. Can you imagine that you're in this building? Look at that wall. Look at all the people that have supported the coming together of this place. Feel that for a moment. Feel the love that you all have for each other, because this is love. My wife and I come over here a couple times a year. We have, I think this is our 5th or 6th trip over here in 3 years, because we love you girls so much. It's such an amazing experience. This is our, I don't even want to say second home, because it's our home away from home. It's the love of you, the love of Patrick and Rita, the consciousness of this congregation. Think about how they brought together the Foxes. Where do you find entertainment and consciousness like that? Okay, think about it. Michelle, amazing, just amazing. So what I want to know is that I'm committed to this center. I remember when it first opened, and there was some talk about not being enough money. And the board of directors said to Rita and Patrick, you know, we can't be tithing outside of our own church. It's not something that can be, it's not economically feasible. It's not going to work. And Rita said, then we don't have a church, because we have to tithe. We have to tithe outside of ourselves because of all the good we're receiving. And they went without a lot of things for a long time because of that commitment. And now it's all blossoming. Their life is complete for the rest of their lives because of the faith that she had and he had in knowing that as they tithe out, it comes back to them. And that's when my wife and I got committed here. We send a check every month because we are committed to the growth of this center, and we're committed to the fact, the beliefs that they have and the way they run this place. And when they decided to tithe, I got on board big time. So just think about all that they've done, all that you've done with them, and this amazing journey that you've taken together. How many of you would like to have, changing the subject a little bit, perfect health? How about all the money that you could ever want? Not so many. Interesting. Interesting how that is. Wow. You'll raise the money. I want them both too. And what about beautiful, loving relationships? That's what I'm going to be talking about this afternoon. It's a workshop that I have really gotten in touch with because the thing that I got out of it, I lost my fear. I let it go. I have such faith today because of what I'm going to be speaking about, and you can have it too. I'm so in love with this work, and it's so simple, and it's so close to what I've done my whole entire Science of Mind life, which has been over 40 years. But it's a little different, a little bit different. And it's given me the faith to know that I have a God so deeply within me. I call it, and I'm taking the work from a lady that I'll share with you about the book later this afternoon. It's the chief spiritual officer. You get to have a chief spiritual officer in your life. And that amazing experience to me has really lightened me up, and it made it available for me to not have any fear. Know that once I turn it over to that chief spiritual officer, it all works perfectly. I used to turn it over to God. Well, God and the chief spiritual officer are the same thing. This is just a little different way of doing it. So I invite you to come after services. As they said, there'll be a light lunch, and we'll get together and share for an hour, hour and a half. So if you'll take a deep breath and get in the consciousness of your own God within you, knowing that you are God, that we are God, that there is only one God and that God is in you. There's only one mind, and that's God's mind and your mind. And as you take that mind today and manifest that which you desire, that which you deserve, and feel it deep within you, knowing that you are perfect, whole, and complete in each and every way possible, and the love that you feel for the universe and the love that you feel for each other in this room pours out and multiplies. You let go of anything unlike love. There's no room for anything but faith in your life. You have provided that faith from the beliefs that you have, from the knowing of who you are and what you are. Feel that faith right here and right now. Knowing that you are perfect, whole, and complete, you have perfect health, tremendous abundance, and the best relationships possible. And I know that this is true. I'm so grateful for the beingness of who and what you are, the God that you are. I say thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. We let it go to the universe, and together we all say, and so it is. Thank you.
Thank you, Terry.
Oh, thank you for sharing your great consciousness with us today. I'm very grateful for both of you. All right, so I think that what is next is the beautiful Carrie Fox. Are you watching, Michael?
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for your support today. This is definitely different without my man. But anyways, thank you, Terry, for that beautiful talk. Yes. And this week has been for me, a lot about gratitude. And just, I had celebrated my birthday this week and just felt so much love and receiving and everything. And so I'm very grateful today and wanted to share a song. I've never played this song before. I actually learned it because this has been a request of Michael's for me to learn for about 4 months now. And it's called Grace and Gratitude by Olivia Newton-John. And if anyone knows Michael, you know that he loves Olivia Newton-John. So I wanted to share that today about gratitude. So here we go. And all I have and all I feel is all because of you. And all I reap and all I sow, and love is our living truth. And thank you for life. Thank you for everything. I stand here in grace and gratitude, and I thank you. And seasons come and seasons go, no matter what we choose. 1,000 names, 1,000 roads, all lead to one simple truth. And thank you for life. And thank you for everything. I stand here in grace and gratitude, and I thank you. I thank you. Thank you for life. Thank you for everything. I stand here in grace and gratitude, and I thank you. I thank you. I thank you.
Wow. What an angel. Thank you for being with us. And for your lovely husband, too. We are so blessed. I'm just struck by this song because what I think the world needs now is more gratitude. Oh my God. More gratitude. You feel it? Wow. Wow. So I took my news fast, and it was very difficult. We're bombarded, all the time, even in the grocery store, look down. But I did it. I did it. And what I learned from it was how much time I had spent in my mind occupied with other people's business that I have no control over, and how much time I was taking away from myself and what I wanted to do in the world and manifest in the world. Because, you see, we can't think of two things at once. We can't think of evil and good or health and ill health or we can't think of two things at once and expect something to happen, because what ends up is a big contradiction in this law that Terry was talking about, and this thing that we talk about that says yes to us. It gets really confused because it doesn't know what we want. So when I took this fast, I started to say, you know what, Rita, you need to go deeper into yourself. What do you want to do in this world? What do you want to manifest? How creative do you want to be? How healthy do you want to be? How much money do you want to have? What do you want to do? What's your place here? What is it? And as soon as I started to really, really get away from everything on the outside and do that, I realized that whatever that is, that's my calling, and we all have one. We all have one. It might not be to get the next Nobel Peace Prize, but we all have one. That as soon as I get in touch with that, then the whole world benefits by me. Because I'm a unique imprint on this planet, and each one of us is a unique imprint. And by not giving our gift, not getting so lost in the outside that we think that that's reality, we don't give our gift to give. Ernest Holmes wrote, "We are not depending on a reed shaken by the wind, but on the principle of life itself for all that we have or all we shall ever need. It is not some power or a great power. It's all power. All power." What we teach in this philosophy is that it's all power and it's omnipresent. It's everywhere present in its allness. It can't be absorbed by anything, but it is all. We are the drop in we are the ocean in a drop, not a drop in an ocean. Everything that this power is what we are. And this power is what? Love. That's all it is. So we need more gratitude. We need more love. No, we don't need more love. We need to be grateful for all the love that we are, because like Patrick said, there's nothing that this world needs. It's already here. We just haven't recognized it enough. So where do we start? Right here. And it's not easy sometimes. It's not easy in the midst of everything, in all our trials and troubles, and we say we're doing everything we can and still things aren't showing up and all that stuff. All that stuff is what's keeping us back because we're like a yo-yo. We're just swinging back and forth. It doesn't show up right away, whatever it is that we want. So then we go, oh, this doesn't work. And what does it happens? It says to us it doesn't work, and it keeps showing us how it doesn't work. So what are we supposed to do? We're supposed to keep going, keep working on ourselves, keep opening up. It's not easy work. It's beautiful work, though. Every time when I wake up in the morning, the first place I go is to my spiritual practice. And I don't understand why people don't do it, because I just don't understand it. I cannot comprehend this beautiful time of my day not being there. If I have to get up 2 hours early, I'll get up 2 hours early because I'm not going to miss that time, because when I go into that time is when I get all my strength, all my power, I'm awakened to it, and then I get to take that into my day. And when I meet things that maybe don't look so pleasant, I'm coming from a different place, and I'm able to look at them in a different way because my mind is in a different place. And I know that anything is possible because I'm not dealing with some power. I'm dealing with all power. All power. So I just have to say, Terry Taylor is a perfect example. We're all a perfect example. Many of us here came from not too great of circumstances. We came from places in our lives where we weren't maybe using our lives to their highest good. Ernest Holmes calls it ignorance. We don't believe in evil. Evil is just missing the mark. It's just not knowing. We're ignorant, so we just act in a certain way. So he's no different than you guys. I'm no different than anyone, but I was able to move through it, and so are you. And I know many people in here have moved through it. But it does take work, and when people come to me, when you're a practitioner or a minister, the most you get to hear is about finances or health. Those are the two top things that people come with, is finances or health. And sometimes they tell you that they've done all they can, and I don't know why it's not showing up. Well, I'm going to have to just call you on it and say you haven't done all you can. Because if you're dealing with all power, you're dealing with all power. And the thing is that we put it outside ourselves, and we think it's out there and that we're praying to something and it's not giving us that, but that's not what's happening. We have to become it. We have to become whatever it is that we want to create in our life. It doesn't happen without us becoming it first, which means that's what? Faith, because we have to believe that it's already happening when it's not happening. But what did I say before? You can't believe in two things at once. So when it doesn't show up and you keep going back, then that's why it takes longer. I've been there. But what shifted my whole life was when I surrendered to it. When I stopped saying, when I started to myself, I can't do this by myself anymore. I give up. I give it up right now to something bigger than what I'm thinking with my finite mind. And the day that I did that was when things started to turn around, little by little by little. It didn't all happen at once. But once I did that, I wasn't afraid anymore. I gave up that thing, fear. I wasn't afraid anymore. So Ernest Holmes wrote about this. All we have to do is believe, never wavering, no matter what happens. As we do this, we shall find that things are steadily going our way and that they are coming without that awful effort which destroys the peace of mind of the race. We will find that they are coming without that awful effort which destroys the peace of mind of the race. We know that there can be no failure in God's mind, and this mind is the power on which we are depending. So I invite us all today to give up looking outside at something that's going to save us, because it's not. We're going to save ourselves by relying on this one power that is everything, one power that is who and what we are. So I love you, and I love this center. I love everybody in here gives such a gift in their own unique way. You might not think you do, but every time I see a face, I go, wow, look at that face. It's beautiful. So I'm just grateful. I'm grateful to be standing here. I'm grateful for the center. I'm grateful for my life. I'm just grateful for Carrie Fox and Michael and my beautiful husband Patrick, and for each and every one of you. I go down the aisles and name each of you and say I'm grateful. I am, but you don't want to hear that right now. But so let's just be in gratitude. Thank you for that song, Carrie. It's true. Let's have more gratitude for breathing, for living, for being able to move our arms up and down, for looking out at the oceans, for all the amazing things. More and more gratitude. Aloha and mahalo. And now I turn the time over to something I'm very grateful for.
Yeah, I was just thinking about this while she was standing up here. How I have cried more, I think I said last week, I've cried more since I've opened this center than I ever have, and that just means I'm so open and so vulnerable. And today we're talking about free to prosper. Now, it was an interesting thing when I was going through this, I kind of had a block all week, because anytime I mention prosperity, I think about money, and that makes everybody sometimes, the shoulders up here, and we're going to talk about money, and there's a tension, and not everybody, I'm not generalizing, but there is something around that prosperity sounds so much more beautiful than money. And I think that's a crock, actually, because this is what I know. This is from Neville Goddard. Does anybody know who Neville Goddard? He's become my hero, because he's so much like Ernest Holmes and so much like some of the other great mystics. And he doesn't mince words. He doesn't go in and try to make everything so flowery so that you'll like him, so that you'll think he's a good spiritual teacher. That's something that I know about, because I want you to like me, right? So I want to say flowery things to make you feel good so that you won't mention anything else. And prosperity and money is not bad. It is good. It's gotten a bad rap throughout the years. Bad rap. Neville says consciousness is the resurrecting power, resurrecting that which man is conscious of being. Man is ever out picturing that which he is conscious of being. This is the truth that makes man free. Man is always self-imprisoned or self-freed. I have said it many times. We are either self-imposed prisons that we put ourselves in, or we're self-freed. That's the good news. Because if you can put yourself in prison, you can get yourself out of it. The door's never been locked, my friends, just to let you know. Hello, nothing worse than spending all that time in jail and then all of a sudden going, oh my goodness, I could have left any time. There wasn't even a guard out there except for yourself. They say that money does not buy happiness. I was raised with it. It doesn't buy happiness. Another crock, another lie. Money is not an evil thing. Money has actually no power by itself. We know that, right? It has no power. As a matter of fact, today I never use it, but I have some props. Money doesn't make me happy. Make me happy. It doesn't like two at a time. Make me happy. You're embarrassing me. Would you make me happy? It doesn't make you happy. Of course not. Circulation makes you happy. Circulation of this. I was writing this talk, and what was very interesting is I had a little childhood memory, and I remembered being a little kid, and my mother, here's another mother reference. If you've known me for 3 years, you know Mama always comes up somewhere in my conversation. Listen, my mom was the hardest working woman I know. And she was the hardest working woman because she had to be. Because my father wasn't the hardest working father. But that's okay too. He was working on other things, clearing other things. And I remember something that came up is that we were, I know none of you have ever experienced this, but we were right down to the wire of paying the light bill. And I remember my mom saying, here, let's get in the car, and we're going to drive downtown at nighttime about 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, after they're closed, of course, because then it won't be posted till the next day. I know none of you have experienced this, but we're family here. So this is what I know about that, is the little boy sat in his pajamas and ran out and put that envelope in there. And I never for once felt poor. Never. I just knew we were doing what we had to do when we had to do it. And so when I looked at that, and I'm sure that my mother probably didn't feel that way. I bet my mother was breaking up inside because she couldn't believe that she couldn't pay her bills. You tell me today that money does not bring happiness. The circulation of money does bring happiness, but it doesn't make you happy. Then you say to yourself, well, I've only got $1. How am I supposed to circulate that all around? Right? Only got $1. Well, out there I know that the universal flow is coming through me as me, and I know that if I only have $1, it's because I only believe I have $1. But then if there's more here, I even have some in my wallet, which is very rare because Rita usually says I'm going to market, and then there it goes. So I got 3 bills here. So then you say to yourself, but what am I going to do with it? I'd like to give this to Everett, but I've only got $1. I'm like, wait. I didn't give you any dialogue. None of you for this talk. I want to give it to Everett, but I can't give it to Everett because I might need it. But then I should really give it over here. But why would I give it over there if I only have it only $1? Because the universe is abundant. It is out there saying to you, I'm whatever you want. It is our limitation on it. And let me tell you something. I have never felt good. I don't know about you, but I have had many moments in my life where I have made myself sick by worrying. Barker, wonderful Raymond Charles Barker says, you know, people come into him. He's a great practitioner, and they come into him and they say, you know, I don't feel good. I'm worried. I feel this. He said, nothing that a nice inheritance wouldn't change that attitude in about 5 seconds, and that's true. I'm talking about money flowing, circulating. We know that when we go like this, nothing can go out. So what I know in my life is that I can go to Everett and give him $1 because I want to, and he accepts it, or he can say, like a lot of people say, no, that's okay, I don't really want that. I used to do that with my mom, mom reference for today. I used to say to my mom, she'd go, do you need 50? You need 100 or something? I go, oh, no, and the whole time I'm going, oh God, yes, I do. And so I go like this, and so she would hand me it, and then I would go, no, it's okay, and she'd go, okay. And my look would be like that, and she said, here's my lesson to you. When somebody offers you a gift, take it and say, what, Ron? There you go. So now I've given Everett, so I guess, I don't have any left for me. Well, then I better give it to what I believe in right here. There it is. And I still have plenty for me. I still have plenty for me. And so this is what I'm knowing, that money may not be the source of my supply, but I'm going to tell you that I have made myself well, and I've made it sick over money. People are out, and I'm going to tell you, for me, the only part about money that is the problem, and that's my judgment of it. It is none of your business if somebody has a purse that costs $500. That's not going to take the world off of its spinning axle, and it's because it's none of your business. Thank you. What I love, Terry and Marilyn, about this particular center is we have interactive center. This is what I love. So all I know is this. Somebody came in yesterday, a wonderful gentleman, right, Rita? We were here, and the door was open, and he saw it was open, and he walked through there, and he said, wow, your door's open. And he walked in, he was, wow, what is this? So, and he said, well, what do you minister? And he was one of those, like, let's stump the minister type moments. But what I really knew is that he didn't really come in here to find out about CSL Kauai. He came in here because he was hungry for something. He came in hungry for a gift. But he pretended that he was interested in the books. But I knew because I sat long enough within the being and said to him, Rita said, "You want a cup of tea?" I would love a cup of tea. Want some honey in that? Dude, we don't even do honey where I'm at, man. And he came in and he said, I went to shake his hand, and he said, no, blah, blah, blah. This is what we do, that little wiggly thing that I don't know about. And then I hugged him, and then Rita gave him the tea, and I said to him, not out of pity, please be clear of this. I said, are you hungry? And he wasn't walking in with that. He goes, yeah, a little bit. I said, how would you take yourself out to lunch if I gave you a $10 bill? The money didn't make him happy. It fed him. Or buy a little reefer on the island. I don't know what he was. That's none of my business. None of my business. Giving is my business. And what I noticed is when he looked at it, he said, wow, you CSL people that's really nice. That's generous. I didn't want any credit. For the first time, I remember living in New York when people would be so concerned about giving that they'd follow him to make sure that they had their lunch, right? I want to make sure he doesn't buy alcohol. That's none of your business. Give, people. It's about giving. So what I learned about him is when he walked away, I thought, did that $10 make him happy? Yeah, because $10 is a nice little spot on this island when you're out there and you're hungry. But what made him happy was the interaction. The idea that somebody offered without begging. And what I learned, a very universal lesson for me, is the universe has never asked us to beg. Has never asked us to beg. It is saying, what are you willing to take? So when we are sitting there out in the world of love and money and prosperity, oh my God, there's no limit. It is completely unlimited. Oh, it's just a habit, guys. I smoked for 25 years. I know what a habit is. I finally gave it up. Did I put that money away? Hell no. Thought I was going to put it away, and then I'll buy myself my first house, Nah. It's all habit. That's all we have to do is change that. That's all it's about, is change the consciousness. Change it. I love you. We're daring, man, enough to say it's okay to be wealthy. We already are. Can you imagine that the universe is out there, that big ocean is out there, and it's saying you can have anything you want, and us to say, I don't know, let everybody else go. No, you can't take enough of it. It'll never be drained. So there you go. Hallelujah. So as I close, I would like to close with this quote from Emma Curtis Hopkins. And if you know her at all, she does not mess around. As a matter of fact, she says poverty is a part of your imagination, which I agree with because it was my imagination that got me there in the first place. It was my imagination. So this is what she says. Poverty is unreality. There is no such thing as poverty. Poverty has nothing to do with spirit. Spirit owns everything. And guess what? Your spirit, you own everything. Have at it. It's all yours. The vault has been opened today of consciousness. You can take a little, you can take a lot, but just know that you are everything and even more. Namaste. Okay, so
right.
it's now how coincidental that it's time for our affirmative giving.
But first,
But before we do that, we have a little surprise for somebody in our center's audience today, and I bet you're wondering who it's going to be, but I think it's going to be Marilyn and Terry. Oh, there you go. And what I know about these, awkward, what I know about these two people is that they have met each other and they have grown with each other. And I know if you talk to him, he's one of the ones that says, Marilyn is his goddess. Now, I haven't quite gotten that far with Rita that we're on that, but we have a little surprise for you about, that you're my only goddess. Oh!
All right.
I think I better be quiet right where I'm at.
Or stop while you're behind.
But what we are trying to say is we have a little surprise for you about your relationship and where we think you came from and coming together as whole.
Perhaps I had a wicked childhood.
Perhaps I had a miserable youth. But somewhere in my wicked, miserable past, there must have been a moment of truth.
For there you are, standing there, loving me.
Whether or not I should.
So somewhere in my youth or childhood, I must have done something good.
For here you are standing there loving me.
Whether or not I should. So somewhere in my youth or childhood, I must have done something good. Nothing comes from nothing, nothing ever could. So somewhere in my youth
Or childhood,
we must have done something, something good.
there you go.
All right.
You never know what's going to happen here
You
at the
never
Center for
know.
Spiritual Living in Kauai.
No, we love it.
And
Thank you, Carrie.
since you missed the cabaret, there was a little piece for you. So this is our time of affirmative giving. So we have a little affirmation, do we not?
Yes, we do. Where is it?
And it's from our...
It's actually from Raymond Charles
Barker.
Barker. And I think we're going to say it until we feel really comfortable saying it. Here we go.
I like money. I believe that it is God's activity and that it is good. I use it with wisdom.
I release it with joy. I send it forth without fear. For I know that under a divine law, it comes back to me increased and multiplied. Here we go.
Some gratitude.
Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me, and I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful. Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me, and I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful.
I know is this thing we call money. God is coming forth today to bless the giver with tremendous abundance, love, joy, health, and the receiver with what is necessary to keep everything going. And for this gracious gift of yourself that you are giving here, I say thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. And together we say,
And so it is. Thank you,
Thank
Terry.
you so much. Thanks. Okay.
Okay, so we know the deal. At the end of we're having Terry, a meetup with Terry, and we're going to also have social out there, and coffee and all that kind of good stuff. If you are staying, let me know if you hadn't signed up, so we make sure that there's some food and all of that kind of. It's by love donation, and we do that because why? Because we can, right? So there you go. So I think that's it. How would you like to stand up and let's sing? Oh, there's the band again.
The band just
I took-
appears, Patrick.
Boy,
You
it's
didn't
like
know.
poof, and they're there. And knowing that this beautiful rain out there is just blessing this wonderful island. Yes. And the Darby
You
is
wanna all
on
take
its way.
hands for our Hawaii Aloha?
Yeah, that would be beautiful.
Yes.
The theme song of Hawaii.
E Hawaii e kuone hanawe Kuhome kulahivine Oli noa wina pono lani o E Hawaii aloha E haoli na o pio Hawaii ne Oli Mai na ahe makani e pamaine Mau ke aloha no Hawaii.
And so with my eyes wide open, looking at this wonderful, wonderful group of light beings, this is what I know and am so grateful for. Grateful for those beautiful greeters at the door today, Jackie, Rebecca, Stephanie, and those wonderful men back there, Ray and Rob, who are making sure that whatever's going on here on the island doesn't stay on this island. So what I know is that the gratitude keeps going on and on. Roseanne, for everything that you do, not just the programs, but the consciousness that you bring in 7 days a week. 24 hours. And Michelle, who probably thought I forgot her because she started out with the announcements. This is what I know, is that it takes a gift to be able to announce everything that is taking place here at CSL Kauai. And our bookstore for Reverend Diane, who not only gave us a wonderful meditation invocation, but all that she does to just pass on the knowledge of science of mind and spirit and of all the great mystics in the bookstore. For Ron Stover, who cuts a mean piece of cake, I'll tell you that much. So what I know right here, that's right. You can pray with laughter. That's what it's all about. Good is God. God is joy, man. So what I know right here is that, wow, as I look over at Carrie Fox and Michael Fox, who's watching this probably crying, knowing Michael, that this shows how it grows, that we had Carrie at the piano, now we have an entire group.
Yeah.
Sue, Louise.
Khalil.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I thank my beautiful, beautiful co-spiritual director.
And I thank you.
And I thank Terry
Oh my God.
and Marilyn for coming together as one, and Terry for that wonderful, wonderful inspiration. We get used to you every time you come as a part of a permanent fixture here at CSL Kauai. So there you go. So there's more gratitude, but just feel it in your heart. Just allow the gratitude to go out into the world that so needs our love right now, and we need its love. So as I know that this very planet is spinning, I just say thank you, thank you. It does not need our help. It only needs us to love. So with that gratitude, we let it go to that law of our being that says, yes, 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 what do you want? As together we say, and so it is.
E haoli na o pio Hawaii ke aloha no Hawaii. Mau ke aloha no Hawaii. Mau ke aloha no
Yes, that's how we do it here at CSL Kauai.
Yeah, have some cake.